In pursuit of exploring creative outlets and perspective, join me on this journey. Wait, what was I saying? Who cares? This is Dandemonium Podcast.
I want to do an intro where it's like, fueled by creativity, comedy, and photosynthesis, on the brink of civil war and chaos. This is the Dandemonium Podcast. Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens out there. This is Carol Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. Or you might know me as Carol fucking Baskin. Whatever happened to her? She was on Dancing with the Stars last time I saw headlines going around, for that one day. That was the big hype. And I bet you it wasn't even about Dancing with the Stars. It was all about just being able to have that headline. And Dancing with the Stars, she's not a star. She's a murderer from Big Cat Rescue, Carol Baskin. She looks so calm and cool-tempered, but deep down, she's a murderer. I had to do a little bit of research, so I looked online, and it come to find out that they have been excluded from the show. They just didn't make it. It wasn't up to par with their Lion King dance, I guess, a samba or some shit. But I did hear that she left a trail of sardine oil, and then she fucking disappeared just like her ex-husband. So anyway, I digress. Thanks for tuning in to the 33rd episode of the Dandemonium Podcast. And it's official, there's a special announcement, and you may already know. I've added on to the whole spectrum of platforms that features the Dandemonium Podcast. I've added on the YouTube channel. This is a very big step, it's a big move, and it's very motivational for myself because it's another creative outlet and with the potential to reach even more people, because YouTube, and let's face it, it's probably the most widely used. So it's very exciting for me. And out of the millions of shows out there and channels, I don't know who they are, but they are saying out there that this could be one of the best. I don't know. That's what they're saying. That's what I'm hearing. I can't stand the fandom already. I have one video out there. It's got like 30 views, and this will be video number 2. I don't know if I can handle it. It's a little too much. It's exhausting. Okay, being a YouTuber fandom. It's exhausting. And of course, with this fandom comes a few other things, right? So not only are people waving at me, I even have my mask on, but people are starting to recognize me down the street. Is that Dandemonium? Is that Dandemonium? And maybe they could tell because I'm the guy doing backflips down the street. I feel so good. I feel 20 years younger. Not only am I famous now, I'm fucking rich, I'm sexy as hell. I'm doing backflips everywhere. I used to go to Thornton's to fuel up my car. Now I just carry 2 10-gallon gas cans doing backflips the whole way. And then I fill up the 2 gas cans and I do backflips all the way home just so I can fuel up my car. I don't drive to Thornton's anymore. I'm doing backflips. When I go to get the mail, I'm doing backflips. I made eggs and bacon the other day. I was doing backflips while I was fucking making breakfast. I feel that good. I was putting on my shoes the other day doing backflips. I woke up in the middle of the night. I went to take a piss. I did a fucking backflip. So I feel like I have a lot more energy. I got more motivation to continue the show with even all these ideas I got going on in my head to expand the show and the channel and the content out there that I'm putting out there. And I just plan to make it continually more creative and more creative and more creative. Aside from it being exhausting, I mean, all I have to do really is just, even with this first video that I posted out, and it's not really a video, it's just audio, but I have a little audio wave animation. So there's nothing left for me to just sit back and let the money roll in. That's how it works, right? I got 30 views. Come on, where's my paycheck? I'm putting content out there. This is taking a lot of time. Just kidding, it's all free. But what's the alternative? We have other platforms out there. What am I going to learn? A TikTok dance? Am I going to start a career on TikTok? Is that what I want to do? Just very uncreative, very untalented. All I got to do is learn a common TikTok dance, put on a video. I don't even know how the platform works. I can't stand it. But there's people out there, kids, making millions of dollars out on TikTok, doing TikTok dances, getting that TikTok money. I don't even know what the hell they're doing out there on TikTok, but it's apparently a thing. And, I just heard the other day, too, just as a side note, that Walmart might be one of the companies that is purchasing TikTok and like breaking it up. Otherwise, the app is going to be banned in the US, apparently. And if all my information is correct, then, what is that? Like, Walmart is one of the number one companies that's making tons of money in this pandemic, right? So then they're going to use that pandemic TikTok money, or I should say pandemic money, to buy that TikTok. So then they'll have that TikTok money on top of a pandemic. There's no regulations. We're open all the time, 24/7, pandemic or no pandemic. And I also heard with TikTok, you could put out one video and TikTok will automatically put your video, being that you're a beginner, one of your first videos, they'll put it like on a highly viewed rating or algorithm rather, so you get like tons and tons of views. So that like instantly boosts your initiative and your inspiration to do more TikTok, right? And that's how they grab you. And some people make money off of it, and that's great. I'm not hating, but I'm just trying to say what I'm trying to do, I feel like, is a little bit more creative. It takes a lot more energy rather than doing a fucking 30-second TikTok video. What the fuck is that? But hey, to each his own. I think adversity, and when you have to work for something like with this podcast, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just started out doing nothing. I actually listened back to some of my old episodes. It was difficult. My ears started bleeding. I couldn't take it. So I understand you people that have maybe tried the channel and it really wasn't for you. It didn't grab you in a certain way. I'm 33 episodes in and I feel like I got more energy. I got more motivation and I'm feeling good about it. So I just got to keep on going, because this ain't no fucking TikTok. This takes work. And we're all in a digital age, if you haven't noticed. But people have to be doing things for the right reasons. Like this show, for example, I'm not really looking to monetize it. That'd be great if I can make some money off of it in the future. You have to be doing this shit for years before you even start seeing any sort of income. So I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 5 years. Who knows? We'll see where it goes. But if I'm not alive in 5 years, then at least my headstone could read, "Here lies a YouTuber." If there's anything, that would be the only thing on my headstone. Here lies a YouTuber, not even anything specific, just a YouTuber. That's enough. That's the YouTuber fame, man. That's what I got. I got that clout. I got one video. It's got 30 views. Taking that fucking YouTuber fandom all the way to the bank. Where's my check? Where's my money? But there are certain things with this show also. Just me trying to do my thing. I might find something funny. Other people might not find it funny, but when you're putting yourself out on these platforms, it's really like you have to be ready to humiliate yourself. And I feel like I am. I feel like I'm there. I humiliate myself every day anyways. So it ain't nothing new. Why not try to do something creative out of that? And it's in the failure and the grinding of the endless hours into a certain hobby or vision because you enjoy it, because it's something that you actually get something out of. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting out of this. I am one weird dude. I mean, it's got to be something, a message, right? Down the road where it's going to hit me and I'll be like, you know what, it gave me a greater, I will say this, it gave me a greater opportunity and it expanded my thought processes, my conversation, my speaking, and listening to the playback and listening to those failures and listening like, that's what I sound like? Come on, you twat. You could do better than that. So it's just a drive and it's in the adversity to push forward and keep advancing and moving forward. It's exercising the creative brain, which enhances the way that I think about things. So, and maybe on my headstone, I put, "Here lies a YouTuber and a booze bag." But I'm not boozing right now. I got 12 days under my belt. And if it's after December 14th of this year, 2020, if I pass after that, then I can even add booze bag to that. So here lies a YouTuber booze bag. And then maybe a little quote at the bottom like, "Legend in his own mind." So I have to say, it is quite exhausting being this famous. And we got to build up the numbers even more, though. Come on, this is like a cult. This is like an army we're trying to build here, okay? It's all about subscriptions, numbers, and bringing this motherfucker to the top. And let's face it, I'm 40 years old. I'm creating what could be the shittiest little channel on the inner tubes today. But we need some more numbers. We need to bring up this podcast. We got to get this thing rolling. Think of it like building an apocalyptic tribe. And actually, with that, if you subscribe to this channel, I will consider you in my apocalyptic tribe. If it gets down to a civil war and we need to start trading goods and resources, I got a little bit of freeze-dried foods. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you are not eligible for post-apocalyptic trades, okay, on resources. And I've been doing little by little. I've been building it up, so it could be a loss. So why don't you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel right now? And because of that, your very well-being might be counting on this podcast. If you're really in do they call it dire straits? I know it's a group, a band, a country band and whatnot, but if you're in dire straits and you need some freeze-dried goods, like I got some freeze-dried strawberries, man. You need some freeze-dried chili mac? I got that. I got you. Okay, this is 8 servings. What you got? You got bullets? You need some throwing knives? I can maybe get rid of like 2 at a time, but you got to have something good. Got to have something good. But I do have a lot planned for this channel. So like I mentioned, I can bring in some video. I can continually get more and more creative. And I even thought what would be a good idea if I listened to the playback and provided that there are sections within these new audios from 32 moving forward that I can bring in a compilation of sound clips from each of them and have like a best of for the month. So I'll go like 4 weeks. I might have 4 or 5 episodes where I can cut through and bring on a best of the month. That would be pretty exciting. So I got shit that I'm looking forward to, which is great. And another thing that's great about the whole YouTube thing is that you don't need to rely on anybody. You don't need a contract. You don't need a manager. You can do all this stuff and use the technology that we have at the grasp of our fingertips. And you can create some original stuff that eventually, hopefully, stands out from the crowd. And don't forget, no matter how much talent you don't have, you can always revert back to TikTok. That's my plan B. If I don't make it in this YouTube channel, and if I'm at a loss for ideas, if I don't gain the army and the cult members that I'm looking to gain, all right, but we got to build up the army, the Dandemonium army, if you will. 5 years down the road, everybody's going to be like, what the hell happened to Dan? I haven't heard from Dan in a while. Yeah, man, it's actually kind of a tragedy. Last time I heard, he was doing TikTok dances. He became so famous that he just couldn't handle the pressure anymore. He started doing heroin. He moved to California and started doing heroin. Then from there was a downward spiral. Started living on the streets of LA. I mean, that's nothing to joke about, really, but this could be a reality for anybody that gets caught up in that TikTok fame. I think the YouTube thing is a little bit different. You get energized, you get pumped. It's something that's been around for a while, and it's going to be around for even longer. You don't know. Remember when the Vine videos came out? All these kids got contracts, and all of a sudden, then Vine just went out of business. Everything fell to shit. They're probably all doing heroin at this point. It's a sad story. It's a tragedy. And it could happen to anybody that's been struck with so much fandom. Right now I'm so fucking famous on YouTube that I'm at the point where I can't handle it anymore. I'm about to break this 30-day no liquor ban that I have on myself because I just can't take it. Although I'm doing fucking backflips, just even going out and getting the mail, putting on my shoes, brushing my teeth, I'm doing fucking backflips, eating turkey dinner. Speaking of turkey dinner, I hope everybody had a chance to enjoy their Thanksgiving, however you decided to celebrate. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I will have to say there's been a lot of birds, a lot of turkeys that's been lost this year and every year at this time. So let's say a prayer for our turkeys that have been, no turkey left behind. Actually, if there is a turkey left behind, fucking get them, cook them. So let's bow our heads and have a moment of turkey prayer. Amen. Thank you, turkeys, for your giving sacrifice to provide for our well-being and provide nutrients and protein and the goodness that keeps us alive and well. Thank you. There's a group of celebrities that came out and speaking forward in regards to turkeys and the turkeys and all the turkey lives that have been lost. Who the fuck gave a fuck at any point prior to 2020 about all the turkeys that have been harvested to provide for our Thanksgiving dinners? But no, we feel like we got to be on a certain movement. And it's like, I bet you they send a memo out, right? They have to like send something out to all these celebrities like, hey, we got this movement that we're doing. We got this thing that we're going to start doing. Are you on board? And they get as many people on board for this hashtag that they can. And they just create something, create a buzz because it's something to talk about and it's clicks and it's stupidity. But that's where they're at. All turkey lives matter. And tryptophan. Amen to tryptophan. Everybody's going to be sleeping so good tonight. So thank you once again to all the turkeys out there that haven't made it home for Thanksgiving, we'll call it. And I haven't done a Nietzsche quote in a while, so I would like to end this podcast with another one. And this is how it goes. You have your way, I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. So to sum it up, there is no golden way to success. Something may work for your friend, but not for you. You need to learn from your mistakes and trust your gut to create your own path. This is one of the greatest Nietzsche quotes, as it shows that there is no secret ingredient to success. I'd also like to add, everything I mentioned in this podcast is not only false from my fandom, my fame, my YouTuber fame. It's exhausting, by the way. I got to tell you that. My sexy as hell motherfucking attitude. I'm doing backflips all over the place. I feel like I'm 20 years younger. I'm gonna warm up some leftover turkey dinner after this if I could start doing backflips down the street. I'm gonna do backflips around the block. I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I'm too famous for that. People are gonna stop me. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, that's Dandemonium." They're gonna want to stop and talk and shake my hand and who knows what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with all that commotion. I think I'm just going to stay in and watch some Netflix while doing fucking backflips and soaking in my success of fame. As always, thanks for listening. And if you haven't done so already, please visit the YouTube page at Dandemonium Podcast and subscribe to the channel. If you've ever thought about being on a podcast or you have some interesting stories or a certain subject that you have more knowledge in than others and would like to be a guest on the show, please drop me a line. Go to dandemoniumpodcast.com. There's a contact form with basic information, your name, email address, and a message. We'd love to have you on the show. Look forward to future episodes, and everybody take care.